Hey, it's your girl, Coach Ray. How's everybody doing? So I just want to do like a real quick story time. And plus, this is a way for me to share what I've been going through without having to call all of my family and friends and followers. Like, yeah, I got it right here. Everybody's gonna get the same story right here. And if anybody wants to know, or if they missed what you're about to watch, send this to them. Okay. All right. So it all started back in 2016 when I had my fourth daughter. Why is that eight fingers? When I had my fourth daughter, I found out after she got here and was born and well that I actually had a umbilical hernia, and which made sense because my stomach wasn't like this cute round ball of a baby when I was pregnant. It was just something else interesting. So it was a lot of pull and tug on the lower part of my what we call fupa. Okay. And it just started really gravitating kind of low. Oh, that's funny. Anywho, so over time, the hernia just kind of got bigger. And a lot of times, so to let me just go back. A hernia is basically a hole and a part of your lining. For me, it's my stomach lining. People have hernias in their growing area. I've seen some on the side of their leg if they're doing a lot of pulling, tugging. Again, having multiple pregnancies, such as myself. The weight for myself really just began to pull a lot of my tissue, which allowed this space to thin out in my how I want to say this. Well, I guess the intestine area. Let's just make this simple. Okay. Okay. So then there's that. It has been 5 years, a couple of trips to back and forth to the emergency room. They would give me the medicine, pain medicine, so that we could push it back down into my umbilical area, and that was painful. Last year, 2020, in December, was, I want to say, one of the worst pains out of all the times that I've ever had to go to the emergency room. Come to find out, I had gallstones, so they took my gallbladder out. And I thought it was my hernia, but that was a separate thing. Okay. All right, cool. So 2 weeks ago, I had gone to the emergency room again because I'm like, okay, now this hernia is really bothering me. Now I'm throwing up. I feel like I'm about to pass out. I'm in excruciating pain. Like, just I couldn't cry. I couldn't sit down, lay down, stand up, move side to side. Everything was literally bothering me. So I took a trip in the emergency to the emergency room and found out that I had a partial bowel obstruction. Now, when you have a hernia, especially in the area that I had mine, that holds the bowels and the intestines in place, if any part of the bowels seep out into your bloodstream, it is detrimental. And I'm like, dear Jesus, I cannot die. Like, I got a long list. Like, real talk, I can't. Like, no, like, that's not even an option. Like, if I had control, I'm telling the Lord, like, I can't. Today is not the day. So nonetheless, they admitted me to get the pressure down, to get the pain down, to calm all the bowels and everything, like this woosah. So I ended up leaving the hospital instead of having emergency surgery right then and there. They didn't make it seem like I needed to do it right then and there, so I didn't. Instead, I went to my surgeon who did who took my gallbladder out, and I felt more comfortable. Like, I've never had surgery ever in my life before the gallbladder, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to him. He kept me alive. I felt very comfortable out there. Let's just go back over there. So it was a Friday that I went to see him, and he checked the pictures and everything from the emergency room, and he was like, "So why didn't they do the surgery?" And I probably should have told him because I didn't trust them. I didn't know them like that, and they didn't stick their hands in me. Why are we shooting firecrackers in the middle of the day? People ain't got nothing to do. Anyway, so I'm just like, I don't know, doc, but I'm here. You like, so what do we want to do? He asked me, he said, so listen, have you eaten anything today? And I was like, well, right before I got here, I did. He was like, okay. So in my mind then, when he was kind of like the disappointment that he couldn't do the surgery right then, I was like, so wait, is this like this is really serious? He was like, yeah. What are you doing Monday? So that following, I literally had Saturday and Sunday because I seen him on Friday, and then there was the weekend, and then Monday was surgery. Like, he was like, yeah, we got to take care of this now. So I went in for them to repair the hernia. The way that they repair the hernia is using mesh. So that's how I'm all bandaged up right now. You can't really see anything that's happening, but I'm a little sore, but I'm all good. I'm alive. I'm well. I'm kicking, like, period. So I'm even able today to sit up. Today is only day 3, and I'm actually able to sit up. God is good. So I'm saying this again to just put this out here for anybody that wants to see and really wants to know. That's the quick, fast version of the story. Now, the the encouraging part of it. Let me just throw this out here because I wouldn't be me if I didn't say something extra. Um, whenever you have a goal, a plan, a dream, or something that you are trying to accomplish and things seem to hinder you, such as for me, there's this surgery. Now, I've had big plans, changes, ideas, things that are in the making, in the works, like right now as I speak, and it all had to come to a short halt. Just a short halt. And I'm like, oh my God, like, why? Why now? And a lot of times, even a coach of mine, she was at the top, headed to the top, if not like really right there, and finds out some news in her health. So it caused her to even kind of slow down. These slowdowns are not a halt, a complete stop. We're not standing still. It's not a procrastination. If you ask me, this is a time where God is literally rejuvenating your mind, your body, and your spirit to be on one accord with Him. So that when you begin to feel better and move differently and you can shift different ways, you know exactly 100% what you need to do, where you need to do it, where you need to go. And without having so many different distractions, sometimes God just wants to just hold you and be selfish and keep you all to Himself, because we're doing this thing and that thing. And if you got kids, depending on how many kids you got, for me, I have four. So I got four different extra things that are going on because of their schedules and their lives. And I want to be that supportive parent. You feel me? So if there is so much time outside of time with God, God know how to bring us in closer, won't He? There is nothing more that I could say when you're going through something. One of the best things you're going to do while you're going through it is get closer to God. Not everybody is a believer, but for me, and some of the people, most of the people that I know, it's not everybody that I personally know, God will have us come and draw near Him when we are in pain, when things aren't going right, when things aren't doing right. And it shouldn't be that way. Even when things are doing well, and God is blessing this thing and blessing that thing, and even across the street, blessing our neighbors, and down the way, the people we don't even know, and watching folks on YouTube and Instagram and social media. That's the word. Watching people on social media, just having so many blessings and abundance of living. We should have that time too, where we just give God the glory, honor, and praise for just blessing not only us, but for other people. So if you're at this moment right now where you're kind of stuck, I can't move, and it's not your will. It's not because you're procrastinating. It's not because you don't want to. It's because life is literally sitting you down. Like, I'm sitting here talking to y'all with this ice pack on my stomach. I'm literally being held against my will, but not my will, but God's will be done. So God, if you want me to sit still, what do you want me to sit still and hear? What am I learning? What am I needing to do? What have I missed before? Begin to ask yourself these questions so that when He heals you or He unleashes you and you're ready to get back out there into the world, baby, you're going to be ready, and it's going to be great. And everybody is going to be ready to see what God has done and wants to hear what God has done for you. So don't be selfish. Y'all heard me say that before. Do not be selfish. Tell us. We want to know the different things that God has done for you, because, again, you are the light. So let your light shine bright as you possibly can. So I just hope that encourages y'all. Again, I didn't want to be on here too long. And I'll check y'all out on the next video. Love you guys. Bye.